Well, here in Canada, it's what we call Mission Fest season. It's that time of year when there are regional conferences held across the country, from Vancouver all the way to Halifax, which are seeking to inform and inspire God's people about global mission activity. Perhaps you've had the experience of being to a Mission Fest or some similar conference, and you've been excited by what you've learned there. It might have been something that a speaker said, or something you learned in a workshop, or maybe a visit that you had with a mission representative at one of the booths. You know what it feels like to be on board and informed about what's unfolding around the world. Perhaps you've also had the experience of having that enthusiasm wane a little bit. The purpose of this video is to try and provide some helpful ideas for you where you can get some traction on these things and step toward God's purposes for you in global mission. My encouragement to you would be to identify just 1 to 3 simple follow-up steps that you might take to gain some traction. We've framed these suggestions as commitments, not because we want to scare anyone off, but rather wanting to indicate the deliberate activity that will be required of you to keep moving forward. The first is this: commit to pray. I don't mean to encourage you just to pray in a general sense, but rather to pray for a specific group of people for a certain period of time. For example, you might pray for a country or an unreached people group, and you might pray for them every morning for 2 weeks, or once a week for the next 3 months. The main goal is to make this realistic and attainable so that you have the satisfaction of actually completing your commitment to pray. Where will you get fuel for these prayers? I have a few quick suggestions. The first is Operation World, which is a book or a website which has information on every country in the world and how God is at work there. The second is joshuaproject.net, a website with a daily app which focuses on unreached people groups around the world. And the third is simply to keep up with world news. You might find an app that works well for you. I use bbcworldnews.com. These can often provide helpful updates and even breaking news, which can provide fuel for your prayers. My second suggestion is commit yourself to write. To write a letter or a card of encouragement to someone you know that's serving in global missions. This could be done through email or by sending a text message, but I really want to promote the idea of actually using a physical sheet of paper, putting it into an envelope through the snail mail to encourage the heart of someone who's seeking to be faithful in a faraway place. And here I want to put in a quick plug to us guys. Even with our less than beautiful handwriting, it can be a great encouragement to receive a letter, brother to brother, someone seeking to encourage a worker. I remember being in Russia as a church planter, receiving a letter from someone like this. What a great encouragement that was to me. And if there are kids in the family, don't forget to tuck in a sheet of stickers. My final suggestion is commit to making a call. If you sense that God is leading you forward to participate in His global mission, either as a goer or as a sender, would you actually take the courageous step of picking up the phone and talking to someone about how He may be leading you? Here's where I want to recommend the trusted people that you met at the conference. Many of those organizations are filled with careful and prayerful people who would be glad to help. And if Send Canada could be of help along this way, even if it means referring you to another organization that you might fit best with, we would be honored to be part of the conversation. Our goal at Send Canada is to call you to respond in obedience and faithfulness to whatever God is asking. So let me ask you this: how will you follow up on Missions Fest or on that missions conference that you were recently part of? Why not drop by our Facebook page and let us know what you're doing to take the next step?